The Plan Path.
Hi guys and welcome to Plan Park Podcast. My name is Oluwatosin Mogbadonade. I'm your host on the show. This is your choice up for book reviews and crucial conversation in education. I'm glad to be with you today. Today we are celebrating episode is dedicated to the celebration of Easter, where Christians celebrate the death, the burial, and the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. Emphasis on resurrection. So, as we are discussing the resurrection theme, we brought you a book today on that subject. This book is called Reinvention: How to Make the Rest of Your Life the Best of Your Life by Brian Tracy. How to Make the Best of Your Life, the Rest of Your Life, the Best of Your Life, Reinvention by Brian Tracy. Okay, so Brian Tracy, he started the book by talking about how he realized at 21 that he's responsible for his life's outcome, and then he started on the journey of reinventing himself. He said he started then he was working in a store, he didn't have so much money, he was living in a one-room apartment, and then he started reading books on various subjects such as business, psychology, philosophy, economics, and personal subjects. And then, really, what happens when you read books is that it changes your mindset and you're able to approach things from a different point of view now, and then it helps you to progress. And in this 21st century, we really need to be committed to reading books. And as we get busier living in urban areas, school, family, everything that keeps us busy, we may need to start looking at podcasts such as ours so as to keep us afloat. Like, as you're going about your day, you're reading something, you're ensuring that no, there's no point in my life where I'm just leaving things to chance. I'm really reading. I'm really helping myself to grow and develop. And there are really a lot of podcasts. There are a lot of amazing episodes like ours. Like we have so many book reviews on this podcast platform right now, and it will really be helpful for you to take advantage of what we're doing to help you grow. So back to Brian Tracy, it was like he started reinventing himself, and from there he has worked in different fields, different professions, he's done different jobs. And let me also chip this in that at Plan Path we always say that learning how to learn and developing a love for learning is very much important than is much more important than what you're learning in school, the content of what you're learning in school. As much as your curriculum content is important, it's very important that you develop a love for lifelong long learning, which will help you stay committed to reading. It's not like Facebook, you're like, I don't want to read again, never again now. Okay, so very important. We need to pay attention to that, and that applies to invention really, because the truth of the matter is that what it means to be a parent, what it means to be an educator, what it means to be an individual, what it means to be an excellent spouse, an excellent parent, an excellent friend, an excellent everything is just going to change, and the world really belongs to we that are committed to reinventing ourselves really. What will keep you in the days to come is your ability to learn quickly and respond to the demands in your profession. For example, in the book review of Joy, How We Built an Organization That People Love by Richard Sheridan that we did on this book, on this podcast, please listen to it, share with everybody in your network, please. Okay, so Richard Sheridan was like, he's more concerned when a developer comes to his organization, he's more concerned about, oh, this developer open to learn? Can this developer learn quickly? Than the developer that will say, my name is Tosin Azure, or my name is Tosin Python, and that's my specialty. Because it doesn't matter in how many weeks time, in how many months, even years, before you know it, this app, or what they call it, this what they call it, programming language that you are defining yourself by, you before you know it has upgrades and you have to learn something new. So the world really belongs to people that really need that are committed to really learning new things, learning quickly and love to learn, because they are the ones that would we were the ones that would keep getting new jobs. We are the ones that would keep like morphing. Before it was just, before to be an educator you could just have NCE, and that's the end. Like, and you're good to go from NCU. You can just go ahead and continue your career. But these days, it is not like that at all. Oh. Like, your NCE does not even go anywhere. NCE can. Even with your BSc, the highest you can be in a lot of schools these days is just to be an assistant teacher. You need to have masters to even teach in primary school. Not you understand what I'm saying? And in fact, primary school is even very important because in some countries, it's professors that teach them in primary school. Early childhood is very important. Okay, and then personally, as an individual, I find the growth mindset very alluring and a fixed mindset very, like, it's really, I'm concerned when I see people around me that have fixed mindset. Oh, this is how it was done before, this is how we are going to do it, nothing should change. That thing scares me. I'm like, this person, you're just not going to grow at all. Just keep remaining at this level. Okay, so, and if you really want to know more about the growth and fixed mindset, there's a book called Mindset by Dr. Carol S. Dweck, and I've read that book. I've read it this year, and I'm so happy that I've read that book. Really, it has helped me. If you want us to do a book review of that book, please let us know, and we'll put it in our lineup for the year, please. Okay, so let's go back to Brian Tracy's Reinvention, how to make the rest of your life the best of your life. You have to keep an open mind, you have to keep learning because the world is transiting. Actually, the introduction of this book, the proper introduction says that your world in transition, that's the title. It says wherever we are, Robert Louis Stevenson is a Scottish novelist and poet. He says that wherever we are, it is but a stage on the way to somewhere else. And whatever you do, however well we do it, it is only a preparation to do something else that shall be different. So everything adds up. Everything really, really, really adds up. Everything adds up. Whatever you're doing now, as much as you're enjoying it, you're learning and everything, you're enjoying the benefit. The truth is that it's preparing you for your next level, for your next stage, for the next thing you're supposed to be doing. And and all, and then because the world is always in transition, the world is always changing, we need to be always prepared for that. Okay, Brian Tracy, what do you call it, Brian Tracy spoke about Albert Einstein, that Albert Einstein gave the same questions to his advanced physics student for like 2 years in a row. So one of his colleagues were like, wait, hold on, Albert, like, it's not like you don't have questions, you're like the great physics professor, they are the great inventor, great everything, great scientist. How come now you're now giving the same question to these students? Is it like you don't have questions to give them? Our Chelsea now life that although the questions are the same, but the answers are different. Like, the answers are different. And the truth of the matter is that the answers keep changing in life. For example, the chapters in this book, what you are, where you are going, what do you want from life, those, how do you get the jobs you want in different economies and different industries. The answers will keep changing, my darling. The answers will keep changing, so we need to be committed to reinventing ourselves. Don't, like, we shouldn't stay stuck in a place. So, and the truth of the matter is that people will say, they've lost job, they've done this. The truth of the matter is that, as much as I'm really empathetic and as much as I'm really empathetic and concerned about people that have lost jobs, the truth of the matter is that new jobs are being created. So please don't be a victim of innovation. Like one Nigerian advert says, don't wait for life to happen. Happen to life. Like, happen to life. Prepare and make sure that when things happen, you are at the best side of history to enjoy the benefits that history is bringing your way, life is bringing your way, and you are not a victim of innovation. And okay, so chapter one talks about you being remarkable, that you're the only one in the universe that has your unique combination of strength, weaknesses, and everything. And you should accept yourself as being unique. And that the most important job you can do, this one I find it very, very instructive. The most important job you can do is to think. So in every career, in every profession, what we are all striving for is to get to the top. And what do people do at the top do? As much as technical know-how of that industry is required, knowing how to think is very, very, very essential. Knowing how to think in your industry, knowing how to exercise your muscles and to make important decisions, They are very, 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 very important for you, like very important for you to learn how to do. And then it now spoke about the seven thinking skills of the 21st century. So number one, reevaluating. We need to learn how to reevaluate. Number two, rethinking. Number three, reorganizing. Number four, restructuring. Five, reengineering. That's basically like reducing your processes and making your life simpler. Reinventing, which is the real deal. We need to learn how to know what with knowing what we now know, like giving the new information that we have now. We need to have make decisions based on that and everything. And then seven is to regain control of our lives. Very, very important. You're supposed to be on the driver's seat of your life. I saw one meme. You're supposed to be on the drive. This is your life. You're on the driver's seat. Don't let somebody snatch away this driver's seat from you, please. Very, very important. So, and Brian Tracy now spoke about an important thing again. He said that how to regain control. So when things happen to us as individuals, maybe we lost a job, we have a new job, things like that. Like anytime anything happens to us that we need to regain control, there are like seven stages that happen, like seven things that happen to us. It's like Brian Tracy likes the number seven. Seven things that happen to us, like seven stages for us to reinvent ourselves. Number one thing that happens is denial. To gain control, rather, number one thing is that is denial. We're like, no, why did this happen? God, why did you forsake me? Why did you do this? Like denial, sorry, you'll be acting like it did not happen. First of all, you just be like, no, the person is not dead. You wake up. That's not saying, oh, pray that the person will stand up and all of that. You'll be denying that those things have happened. Or you just, if somebody loses their job, you or just loses a kidney, the person will first sit down and be eating chocolate for like 3 days or so, depending, and be saying no this and be acting like that thing has not happened, and be trying to like talk about other things, do other things as if the thing has not happened. Second is anger. You just be angry that God, yes, that's what I'm talking about before. God, why did this happen to me? Why did you allow this happen? This is this that that's anger. Then blame. You just start blaming everybody, blame yourself, blame Nigeria, blame the system, blame everybody. Number four is now guilt. I wish I had done this. If I had woken up earlier, this baby wouldn't have died. If I had done that, or if I went to pick my spouse, the spouse, or the spouse wouldn't have entered the bike, and the trailer wouldn't have crashed the person like that, sha. Five is not accepting responsibility. Oh, this has happened. So what do we do? And all of that. How do you go from here? Then you start accepting responsibility. Then you six is reframe your mind. You need to say, oh, as this has happened, I need to readjust my life. I need to reframe my mindset. This, that. Then seven is resurgence. When everything has happened, you're like, yes, you're back again. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much about that. Let's go on a quick commercial break. We'll come back to talk about another theme from this book.
The Plan Path.
Okay, so remember that welcome back. We are reviewing the book Reinvention and in dedication to the celebration of Easter, that celebrating the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ, and Reinvention by Brian Tracy, how to make the best rest of your life the best of your life. Okay, so chapter 2 of this book talks about who are you. You know that Greek proverb that says that man knows thyself. So self-knowledge, self-awareness is very important. Yes, very, very, very important. We need to start being aware of ourselves, like aware of our weaknesses, of our strength, and all of that. We need to know ourselves. Is it's time to, sometimes you need to call yourself out. Like you need to sit down, you need to really ask yourself questions, you need to ask for feedback, you understand, and examine yourself. In reinventing yourself, you need to examine yourself, correct, examine yourself, ask your friend questions, like live your life inside out and everything. And these are like a few of the questions you can ask yourself. You can start asking yourself that, What are your three most important values in life right now? What are the three things in life that are most important to you? What are your best accomplishments in your life? What are skills and abilities are you best at? You understand? Then the law of three, it says that you should like pick three important things in your life and like focus on doing it. You can write like 10 out though. Then out of those 10, you now pick three out. Then you now focus on doing those three things. So you concentrate your energies on all of that. Then what have been your biggest successes in your in your career? What are the three best job that you've done before? If you could do anything, what are three things I could do? What are like the three biggest mistakes that you made? What are your three biggest worries and concerns right now? Me myself, I'm still answering these questions myself. What Who are the three people that you admire most in life? I'm still asking myself questions. You notice that we are focusing on three, making paying attention to three. What qualities in other people do you most admire? Three qualities, of course. What three things, sir? What three things, if someone was to ask you what three things you like to be described as on your epitaph, on your thumbstone when you're dead, what are the three things you like people to to define you by? So you ask yourself these questions in three law of three questions. Like, ask yourself these three top questions in your life. It will give you clarity as to who you are, where you need to who you are, and to just make you understand yourself better. And a lot of people never ask yourself this question, so I congratulate you if you actually rewind now and pay attention to all these questions I just asked, and you find answers to yourself. It will be a very good and worthwhile effort. What thing to do on this Easter Monday or any other day you're listening to this podcast episode? Just make sure you sit down and answer these questions by yourself. Okay, chapter 2 talks about what do you want. Chapter 3, sorry, talks about what do you want. Yogi Berra says that if you don't know where you are, where you're going, any road will lead you there. So if what do you want, you need to ask yourself where exactly you want out of life, what exactly is important to you, what exactly you really want. So the law of cause and effect is also called the iron law of the universe. It was first taught by Aristotle, and then the law of cause and effect says that is the law of cause and effect, like what the Bible says, that as whatever you sow, you are going to reap. So, and that law is very simple. Whatever you're clear about, whatever you want, whatever you can already find people that have achieved it and people that have done it. So whatever you want, if you're clear about it, if you're seeing people that have achieved those kind of things, you can always work yourself into achieving it. And the flip side is that whatever you're not clear about, you are most likely not going to do that, not going to be able to achieve it. And your thoughts are very, very important. Your thoughts are very important. As the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So, and it's also important to your beliefs, your values, and your expectations out of life are very, very important. Whatever you're thinking about over and over again, you're going to 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 attract. And a lot of people talk about 5 years, 5 years, 5 years, 5 years. Let's talk about one day, 1 year. As much as, yes, I have those big what they call big plans, which are very, very important. Yes, very, 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 very important um for you in your life, like very, very important, like big plans. Make sure you're thinking from future back. You already have seen the future, know what you want. You now start today to work towards that thing you want to achieve in the next 1 week, in the next 1 month, in the next 3 days, in the next 12 months, in the next 6 months, in the next decision plan. So there are seven main areas of your life that you need to pay attention to. You need to pay attention to your business and your career. You need to pay attention to your family and your relationships, health and fitness, financial independence. These are areas that You need to pay attention to knowledge and skill, seek social and community involvement, and then you need to also pay attention to your spiritual development and inner peace. Spiritual development and inner peace. And as you are thinking about these areas of your life and where you want to go from here and all of that, there are three enemies you need to avoid. You need to avoid your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is where you have so relaxed, everything is going on well. You need to learn. You need to also avoid learned helplessness. Learned helplessness is triggered by fear of failure or by the fear of loss of some kind. The fear of failure is the major reason for failure in adult life. It is expressed in the words I can. So you need to pay attention to learn helplessness. Don't just sit down and say, oh, I can't do this. So the third enemy you should avoid is the natural tendency to follow the path of least resistance. So that's like your tendency to continuously seek for fast, easy and avoidable ways to do things. Following this path leads to searching for get rich quick methods and easy money. Okay, so these are like three things you need to pay attention to. You need to start asking yourself what are the most important things in those seven areas of your life. You understand? You need to I'll start paying attention to that. You need to also pay attention to what they call it. You need to pay very 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 big attention to your goals, your plans and your income. You understand? Like just keep paying attention to these things. Like pay attention to them, pay attention, ask yourself questions, reevaluate yourself and ensure that you are reinventing yourself. Set your goals for yourself and all of that. And like we said, as a man thinking thing is not so easy. You have to unlock your mental energies, your mental powers, and to help you such that you're not just you're not just living making waiting for life to happen to you. You're ensuring that you what do you call it, you are intentionally working on something at every point in time and continually building yourself. Chapter 4 talks about what are you worth. Let me just read a quote in this chapter and we'll leave it at that. It says that it's by Orison Swett Martin. He's the founder of Success Magazine. It says, our destiny changes with our thoughts. We shall become what we wish to become, do what we wish to do when our habitual thoughts correspond with our desires. So we are worth our thoughts really. We are really, really worth our thoughts, and our thoughts really need to match our desire. Like you can't be desiring for $1 million and you are thinking about you are just always thinking about how to survive on $150. You understand? So very very important, please. How to get the job you want in any economy, chapter 5. Robert Louis Stevenson, I think we've already quote on him before. He's a Scots novelist and poet. He says that to be what you are and to become what you are capable of becoming is the only end to life, really. And really, this is the greatest time to be alive. The opportunities are endless. You can connect, like sometimes we don't understand the power of the internet. We can connect and we can take control of our career, we can take control of our lives, and we can see ourselves as self-employed. Even if you are working in any organization, see yourself as self-employed, as see yourself as an institution on your own. Then you need to analyze your success. You need to analyze what three important things you need that what contributions companies. Please, let's pay attention to this question. What are the important things to organizations? Like what do you think that organizations will pay for? Do you have those basic skills that will make for organizations to pay for you and be running after you? What have you done especially well at your various job in the past? What sort of activities have you been responsible for that have been responsible for your success in your previous jobs? Then number three, you need to start asking yourself what sort of activities in your work and your personal life do you enjoy most doing the most? Like, what do you enjoy doing the most? Number four, what part of your work do you most easily do and do well? What have you done well in the past? And what do you think that is an indication of? Like, you need to start doing all of these things so that you can know where you stand in your career, and then you are able to go into any career, you understand. And then let me also say this: let's say you're in a profession and you want to move maybe into another aspect of that, but you're in tech, maybe you're into product design and you want to move into UI UX or something like that. Oh, you let's say you're let me know let me say you're into UI UX, user interface and user design, user experience, you're into that, and you want to maybe become a software developer, for example. You need to one of the things you can also do, like this one is full pro. I was still talking to someone last night about this. You can go on LinkedIn, check out jobs are in that respect, and then you need to start looking at the qualification, the things that they require from that job. Oh, as an educator you want to move on to become an instructional designer. So as an instructional designer you need to maybe sit down, maybe by the time you look like 10, 15 jobs, you're able to on the average say, oh, overall across the board, before I can become an instructional designer, my oral and communication skills need to be top notch, like real, really, really top notch. Okay, on that I can see that apart from being my oral and communication skills, oral and written communication skills become top notch. I need to learn how to use this app, that app. Okay, as I've learned how to use this app, that app, I need to get a qualification in this. I need to learn how to do this, and then I cannot tell myself in the next 2 years, oh, I need to work towards this thing progressively as I'm currently doing other projects, and then so that I cannot completely, as I'm doing other projects, I need to pay attention to all of those, and then in the long run I cannot say, oh, in the next 2 years, 3 years, I cannot become an instructional designer. That can also help you get another job, you understand, get jobs which is very essential in these days to come. And then you should, oh, like we said about mindset, we should we should look at other people that are doing those kind of jobs and the kind of responsibility we desire to have on our what they call it, on our jobs. We can also, LinkedIn is a very like amazing professional platform, and I know that a lot of people say, oh, they feel what's the word now, they feel little on LinkedIn because everybody's always sharing their achievement. Understand that part, but please, let's focus on the important thing. The important thing is that on LinkedIn you can learn, you can meet people, you can learn a lot of things, and then you can see how other people are growing, and also be geared towards growing. I was telling somebody recently that was like, oh, LinkedIn always is always oppressing me. I'm like, me, I don't feel oppressed. So if somebody does a course in education and the person is coming to celebrate, it's very likely that I'm going to note that course down, go check it out. If does it align with my goals, does it propel me forward, does it do this, does that? If it does, I'm going to go do that course. So, and I may not even come and talk about it on LinkedIn, say celebrate with me. I may just update it on my profile without necessarily sharing it on my feed. But then the truth is that I've seen a lot of courses, I've seen a lot of opportunities on LinkedIn. I've seen people organize, what they call it, I've seen people announce maybe scholarships, or let's say a program, an internship, this for women in education, or for educators, whatever, or a communication this for podcasters and all of that. And I would just go register for it because I saw it, and usually people even put the link there on LinkedIn. There's nothing to hide. So you understand what I'm saying? So please, LinkedIn is a very, very important thing. In fact, for any serious person that wants to grow in their career, LinkedIn is something to pay attention to, please. Okay, all right. Um I think that so how do you want to get ahead? So this one, please ensure that you're setting clear goals for yourself. um Benjamin Felix is the chairman and CEO of US Steel. He was for some years, from 1952 to 1955. He says that, what is the recipe for successful achievement? To my mind, there are just four essential ingredients. Choose a career you love, give the best there is to it, seize the opportunities, and be a member of the team. Full stop. That's how to get ahead. That's just the long and short of it. Choose your career, give your best to it, seize your opportunities, and be a member of the team. Full stop, full stop. There's a book review that we have on our lineup that is going to come out sometimes this month on May. Don't let me just put the cat out of, don't let me tell you about it yet. But that book review is really talking about how to really get ahead in your career. Like it explains that one further. So please look forward to that book review. Stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribing so that every time we have a new episode, you are going to know about it. Okay, so pretty much that is it, really. How to get ahead in your career, because these days you really need to think about how to get ahead. You can't stay on your job and be doing the same thing for so long. Number 7, how do you get the most of yourself? It says that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dream and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, you will meet with a success unexpected in common heart. So if you really want to advance yourself in your career, if you want to get the most of yourself, okay, this one is very weird, but please let me say it. If you want to get the most of yourself, please ensure that you are eating very well. It sounds like it's off point, but it's very important. Have you seen yourself that you have sat down, you have sat down, and you want to do a work, you want to work, and you just see yourself that you're very hungry and you're unable to do stuff, or let's say you are not feeling fine. Please pay attention to your health. Your health is very important. And pay attention to your productivity. A lot of people have their own productivity strategy. Some like to wake up very early to do stuff, some like to work at night, some just pay anytime they feel agile they work. Please pay attention to yourself and know when your most productive time is, and pay attention to it and make sure you're making decisions in that. So make a decision. Don't just live your life anyhow. Make decisions and make firm resolutions, and make sure you just do it. Set clear goals and objectives and do it. Like, just do it. Plan every day in advance. Plan every day in advance. It will help you to become productive. Somebody was just saying recently, that means she was saying that um writing a to-do list out, it seems old school, but it's still one of the best things you can do. It for yourself. Then you should plan all your projects carefully, and then for every project you do, make sure that you remember these 6 things. You start each project with clear definition of the ideal finished product, as it as it as if it were perfect in every respect. Then make a list of every step in the project, every little thing that has to be done to get you from the beginning to the end of the completed task. Then organize a list by priority and sequence. What has to be done first, what has to be done second, what activities can be done simultaneously. Then you assign responsibility for each part of the project. Decide exactly who is to do what and by when. If that's for a group project, if it's for an individual project, know who you need to meet for every component of your project. A project plan, because I think I like this one, because I'm always talking about project. I am working on this project, this is it. So this part I like it a lot. So decide exactly who is to do what by when, or who you're supposed to meet to help you with that component. A project plan without assigned responsibilities and specific deadlines is merely a business conversation. It doesn't lead to specific results. And this, some people just talk and do things, and that's why I'm always writing. Like, I'm always like writing stuff out. Like, it just helps, like, for you to be able to refer back to it and be able to say, oh, this thing, this particular project. And for an individual, I see myself as, like we said before, as an institution. I have the health aspect of my life, I have my finance, I have my relationships, I have my spiritual, what they call it, development and inner peace. I have this, I have those, my 7 components of my life. And I know that, oh, for this project, this area, this project, this is the project we are working on. Oh, for my health, I need to really pay attention to taking my vitamins. I've not been paying attention to that. I need to pay attention to that more. Oh, I need to make sure that I'm sleeping enough. Like, sleep was one of the my goals for April, like to beef up my sleep and make sure I'm sleeping longer hours. Then monitor. Okay, so okay, let me read that for again. Assign responsibilities for each part of the project. Decide exactly who is to do what and by when. A project plan without assigned responsibilities and specific deadlines is merely a business conversation. It doesn't lead to specific results. Number five, monitor the project closely, especially if it is important and can give significant consequences. Make sure everything is on track. Develop a reputation for getting your large jobs done on schedule or well before schedule. Six, inspect what you expect. Never trust luck. Never assume that all will be well. And Christians need to hear this. I know we are dedicating this to Easter, the resurrection of Jesus Christ, and everything. Please inspect what you expect at every point in time. Never trust luck. Never assume that all is going to be well. Always ask what could possibly go wrong, and of all things that could possibly go wrong, what's the worst possible things that could go wrong, and then make sure it doesn't happen. It's your job to pay close attention to your life. It's your job to ensure that like keeping close tabs on yourself, like pay attention to yourself like an institution, because you really are. And then look at the project and ask yourself, what are the key elements of this project, the vital part of it, what needs to be done on time, um and then set priorities, you understand. And then use that method to what they call it, use this method to ensure that you are setting priorities, like three most important things for you to do today, three most important things for you to do, three most important things. Then make sure you have a list. Like somebody was like Somebody was like, the thing about human being is that a lot of people do not even have something they are working towards. They are just waiting for some imaginary chance and for life to happen to them. That's not going to happen. That's the truth. Like you can pray for now to tomorrow. And that's why a lot of people keep praying, keep doing this, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result and all of that. And the funny thing is that when people give their testimonies, they don't say the full gist. So please, you read books and you understand, follow the ways of God, pray and everything, and make sure you're doing your best, you understand. Then you understand, so that is pretty much it about the book. Um i i know that, and like what they always say, that of all your tasks, of all your lists, like that's what we're talking about, three things. Make sure you separate the things that are important and urgent. If it's important and it's urgent, you need to do it now. If it's important but not urgent, you need to set a plan for it. If it's very urgent but it's not important, you need to maybe delegate it to somebody else to do. If it's not urgent and it's not important, please, you need to maybe give it to somebody else to do it for you. It should not be part of your business. You understand what we are saying, please? So that's pretty much it about the book Reinvention, how to make the rest of your life the best of your life. I'm sure that you were able to pick one or two things from this episode, and I'm really positive that it will help you in the days and months to come. I know that it's April already, and some people are tired already. It's the how the year has been. No matter how good or bad the year has been, you can reinvent yourself. You can make the rest of this year, you can make the rest of your life the best of your life. This is a book by Brian Tracy, and we're dedicating it to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ today. Please listen, be blessed, share with everybody in your network. And if you have any book you want us to review, ensure you send it to us via any of our social media platforms. I will be really, 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 really glad to carefully consider. Thank you so much. Remember, this is Plan Pack Consult, your Plan Pack podcast, your choice of for book reviews and crucial conversations in education. Plan is brought to you by Plan Pack Podcast. Plan Pack Consult. Plan Pack Consult is your place for everything education. Reach out to us and let's do that project together. Let's plan that event together. Let's plan for your child. Let's meet your child's learning needs, and let's make it an amazing time for you and your child. For everything education, make sure you're contacting us. Have an amazing day. I will see you in our next episode. Bye.